All right, let's take a look at AdAlchemy. You can build and scale Google Ads with this AI-powered digital marketing toolkit. So far, it has 49 reviews, and it's averaging a 4.9 star taco, which is super, super good. Let's look at the AI, what it has to say. AdAlchemy has been praised by customers for its lightning-fast campaign building, competitor analysis, and access to SEMrush data. So apparently the keyword research that they're giving you is based on the SEMrush data, which is awesome. However, some users have found that the keyword generator and competitive insights less helpful for certain regions. Overall, the product has a 4.9 rating based on 48 reviews. So let's go back up over here and look at the founders real quick. Company size 1 to 10, founded in 2007. They have changed their name. It used to be Speed PPC, and so they've recently changed their name. This was bootstrapped. They do have good reviews on G2 and so forth. They do have an active roadmap. I've already looked at it. And even on their homepage, I'm not going to go over that too because I want to just jump right in because it's going to be a big piece of software to unpack. They have about 8,000 visitors going to their site per month. So for being around that long, maybe this is when the LLC was formed or whatever, right? Like, so we don't know how long it's actually been, but if they had PPC, what is it? Speed PPC has been around since 2007. Then you can be the judge on should they be a bigger company, what their growth has been like, how they've been able to sustain for that long. But I do know that looking into it, when you do the backstory of the founders, there's actually a couple of founders. They have spent a lot of money on Google Ads, millions and millions of dollars, and they built this tool for their own use case and so forth. I'm going to go into the plans and features real quick. License tier 1 for $79. You get 1 user, 1 million research credits, one time allocation that never expires. So to answer this real quick before we go back in, there was somebody that asked a really good question down here. Couple things to note right here, though. A lot of people are worried about giving information from their Google account to third-party tools, especially like a lifetime deal like this or a software that nobody knows about. This is completely why they don't do an API connection into a customer's Google Ads account. They rely on Google Ads editor files. So you're going to copy and paste all of your information into campaigns. So just letting you guys know that information right up front. There's actually a positive to it. And the negative is if you want that full connection and integration where you can just click buttons and then push a button and then the campaign's created, this is not going to be the tool for you. But for most people, they're probably going to be okay with this and they don't have to worry about any of their information being collected, or if someone hacks the little software here, all of your money and information about your Google Ads account is not going to be known. Perfect. I found this from December 8th. It was just kind of hidden here. It was at the top. I actually tried to do this review yesterday, and this was actually at the top of the questions, and I had to look all the way down at the very bottom. But essentially, looks nice, but one-time credits are confusing and bad. Would have gotten this without a doubt if it wasn't for the one-time credits, blah, blah, blah. As you say, $30 for additional 100K credits, which is 2 times more expensive, blah, blah, blah. They come back and say the credit allocation is massive, especially on the higher tiers. We haven't had very many people ever need to add any more credits. We don't believe that it's sustainable for any business to offer a lifetime of API usage. Example, Open API or our customer models of SEMrush API, which is why many lifetime deal softwares don't make it past 18 months, which in the end is not a lifetime deal either, is it, right? If the company shuts down because they gave all these tools out for free, someone's got to pay for it. And that's kind of the point I try to make with you guys. So the writing's on the wall. These guys are smart. They're using SEMrush. They're using Open API or Open AI, and they're using all these very expensive APIs. And so they can't just give this an unlimited amount forever. Otherwise, they wouldn't be around for 13, 15 years that they've been around. So last things, I'm going to just come back over here real quick and finish on this. So you get a lot of stuff over here. I'm not going to read that. I want to just jump right in. We have license tier 2, $159, five users and 7.5 million accounts. I think it's important to note that when you jump from license tier 1 to license tier 2, the cost only goes twice as much, but the amount of users goes 5x, and the amount of credits, AI credits that you get X's. So you're not just paying double to get double the amount of credits and so forth. you're actually 7xing the amount of research credits. So kind of notable to look at that. I always look at the comparison. Is it just, are they doubling the price and then doubling the limits, or are they like 7xing it and 5xing it? And in this case, they are. License tier 3, $329. You get 25 users and 16.5 million research credits. And this is where you really start getting into agency. If you're running an agency, you have license tier 4 for $549, 50 users and 50 million research credits. This is where they're going to add on more tools: WordPress DKI plugin, Cloudflare, JSD DKI, and access to club growth. And then finally, license tier 5 all in, $869, 200 users if you're building a massive company, 100 million research credits right there as well. So this is AdAlchemy. We're going to jump right in. But before I do that, I actually want to come over here and go to software, marketing, and sales and show that there's another tool somewhere over here. Right over here, it must have just released. It's called AdAlchemy. If you're making it in this far in the video and you want me to do a review on AdAlchemy and then potentially a comparison video, these two tools just hit around the same time. This one might have just hit this week, AdAlchemy, and it's also 100% a very similar tool where you can create all your Google ads and manage it and so forth. So I might be looking at that one as well. So we're going to jump in. We're inside. Here's what the dashboard looks like right over here. They are going to have an example campaign for you to look at when you come in here. You can add a new campaign. You can add new keyword sets and clusters and ad sets and all that stuff, good stuff in here. So this is just your dashboard. Once you really start creating a lot of campaigns, then this is going to be nice to look and see just how many campaigns are you actually running and so forth. But really, you're going to come in here. You can go into campaigns. This is where you push a new campaign and set one up. So then you can have your targeting and keywords, your landing pages, and so forth. So they also have this quick tools section over here. Don't sleep on that. They have combined keywords, delete duplicate keywords. So if you're doing a massive amount of keyword research and you want to come in here and use their delete duplicate keywords, that would be really good to use. Replace keywords, and then they just have a bunch: clean keyword list, cluster tool, predicted keyword conversion analysis. So a lot of good stuff there. There's also research. We'll spend some time in the research section because you can come in over here, and once you click on this drop down new report, you're going to have all these different ways that you can do keyword research right there. We'll spend time on that, but let's just go see if we can go into a campaign and say new campaign real quick and just see kind of how the tool works. Now, just keep in mind, I'm not a Google Ads expert. I don't run Google Ads, so I may not know quite what I'm doing. I have run Google Ads before, but this is one of those things where people literally get certified and almost go to school for this kind of stuff, because the Google Ads platform is so large and so big that when you really get into the weeds of it, there's so much complexities, and most people don't want to do this kind of stuff on their own. And so usually you are going to be, a tool like this is going to be for somebody that wants to use this to service clients and run like an agency. I don't really see this tool. It is very robust. I'm not really sure I see this tool as a solopreneur, someone that wants to come in here and actually set up full campaigns to run to their own small websites or products. This is again going to be more for picking this up, and that's why they have those packages where they're just really generous with millions of credits on these and a lot of users. It's because this is an agency type tool. All right, so we have campaign set up. So we're just going to say, let's just stick with Keto, because that's kind of the current website that I'm working on. So we're going to say Keto Crush, and you can put in your tags. I'm just going to say Keto and push enter. That's good for now. Campaign type. So this is where you're going to say, you can say a clustered with AI. You have a thematic. So this, I forgot what this, it's a simple themed ads, something, Google ads, whatever. Single keyword ad groups, paired domain, and manual ad groups. So let's just go with they had clustered on as the first choice. So the clustered is a clustered campaign type, uses your pre-clustered keyword set arranged into meaningful groups by our AdAlchemy clustering tool. This forms your ad groups. The one that they do have some nice videos and stuff as well. They actually email you and then they give you some videos to get you off and running as far as like a tutorial and so forth. So they don't leave you hanging. And the one that they used in there is actually a thematic right here. This creates a thematic campaign allowing you to create ad groups that are tight knit around a central theme, a keyword, however However, it allows you to have many keywords within that ad group, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go ahead, and they also have a link down here where they can send you to their help and tutorials as well. So combine 2 keyword lists. You can do this. Let's just go with keyword list. This one is going to require 2 keyword lists. So let's just go with that. Next, keyword setup. So depending on what campaign you choose, that's the type of keyword research that they're going to have us do. So we have our bid keywords, and then we have our negative keywords right over here. So I don't really have any keywords. So you have to go to your my keywords right over here. So we haven't done any keywords research. So that's already something that just within the workflow of this, right? Going from step 1 to step 2, step 3, users don't know, a lot of users don't know that they have to go out and do keyword research first, right? And so it looks like right here, you've got to do keyword research first before you can actually insert them into a campaign. So I'm just going to go and save this, and we'll come back to this in a minute, but now we need to go into the keyword targeting section right over here. I'm going to say new right here, keyword set, keyword cluster. Let's just go with a new keyword set right here. This is going to be keto crush website and keto. I'm not sure why we need all these tags and so forth, but I'm just kind of going along with it. And so this is where you can select the database used for adding statistics. I want to add keywords. How do I do this? We have a keyword list right here, 10,000 max, but we have no keywords. So we're still not in the keyword research section, update statistics, export keywords. So we still haven't found any keywords, right? So targeting in keywords, when we click on this, I'm just going to go over here and just push save keyword set to save. Okay. So what ends up happening is we went on here to targeting and keywords, and we also don't have any keywords, and I didn't see any way to add keywords over here. And so I believe that we're going to have to go into the research section. So knowing that right over here, like if we go back to the dashboard, for example, I'd love for them to put something over here. So start with keyword research, then go and create a then go add your keywords to a targeting and keyword set right over here, and then go in and create a campaign. And then you're going to come back and create ads. So you can already see, and I'm just giving this an honest run, guys, but like you can already see how this is a massive piece of software, and you will easily get lost in this software if you don't run ads on a daily basis, which I don't, and most of us probably don't. If you're already somebody that's an expert or an agency owner, and you actually sell this as a service, you're going to be you would have already jumped to keyword research, right? But for most people, just picking this tool up, they're not going to really know what to do and even in the tutorials, they didn't really tell you to go to research and do all that stuff. So right off the bat, just something that I would like to see an improvement on. If they want to have even a chance at having beginners, brand new people use their tool, they're going to have to get better at the workflow when they get in. Step 1, step 2, step 3 type things. Okay. So I'm going to go into research. And then I'm going to go into new report right over here. And we have, if you click over the information button, it'll tell you this interrogate competitor. This is going to analyze a competitor's search strategy for both organic and paid results, compare keywords, traffic, blah, blah, blah. Competitor comparison, expand keywords, and suggest keywords. We have all kinds of stuff, but I think I'm going to do the expand keywords option, input a keyword to vertically expand your list and refresh. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. And it's going to open this up right over here, enter our keyword phrase, and let's just say, I'm going to say keto diet for beginners. I don't know if that's a broad enough keyword. Maybe we just want to go with keto diet and see what it comes up with actually. So let's just go with a broader. So keto diet right here, and let's just see what it can come up with for us. So I'm going to say search right here in the US. And it's going to come up with a bunch of keywords for us. It's going to give us the commercial intent right here, informational, the competition. The competition score is a number between 0 and 1, where a lower score indicates a lower level of competition. The competition is going to be based on advertising competition, from what I understand. The cost per click right over here, and the search volume right here. So we're going to scroll down. We got all kinds of good stuff over here. Save keywords to keyword list. It gave us 50 keywords. I don't know. I guess I'm going to click on this more results button, because I want to, that's basically saying, hey, go out there and find more for us. So now we have 100 keywords. We can also click on it again and just keep going. It looks like it's going to continue to add more keywords for us, 50 at a time. There's just a nice button right here, but we have 100 keywords right now. We can save the keywords to a list. We can copy the keywords, or we can export to a CSV. So you can see how this turns into a keyword keyword research tool straight up, very much for keyword research for advertising though, because the competition is going to be based on the advertising competition, not SEO. Okay. I do like that they have the informational and the commercial intent. So if you really wanted to go after just getting commercial type keywords, then maybe we can come up here. Is there a filter? You could just click the button up here under the keyword intent, and you could just be looking at all of the commercial intent keywords right there, if that's what you wanted to do, because then you could come in here and just highlight all the commercial intent keywords and then add them to the list. But for now, we'll just go with everything that we have right here. So I'm going to say show 100 rows. We have 100 keywords that it's showing right now. We're going to go ahead and go like this. Don't sleep on that they have the trends right over here as well. So if you wanted to, let's see if they actually let us click on trends right over here. So you could look at just keywords that have a trend right there. It would be nice if we could look at these only keywords that are currently trending or increasing on trend. That would be really, really cool. We could filter it that way and only select those types of keywords as well. That would actually be pretty cool. So we've got 100 keywords right here. Let's go and do this drop down, and we're going to say new keyword list, I guess. Please select some keywords. Okay, so you actually have to go over here and select all. And then we're going to come down here to the bottom and go to new keyword list right here. So it just copied all of them automatically. And then we're going to just say that this is keto. And then you would probably want to put in the description that this specifically, this is broad or whatever it is. I'm going to say save right here. So we have all these keto keywords. We have 100 keywords now. So now we should be able to go, I'm going to go over to the targeting keyword section and see if that now gives us like, so if we go over here and open this keyword set up, I'm going to click on that. And then now we can say that we saved that to the keto list, right? So now you can see all the steps, right? You've got to come over here and you've got to create a keyword set. We created keto, but we had no keywords in it. Then we had to go over to the research tab and go over here. So you can see how just the navigation and everything is going to be very difficult for people coming in here. How are they going to know to come in here and actually click on this and then pick one of these and go do keyword research, save it to a keyword set, and then come back over to keyword set? I just don't like the workflow. That's just me voicing my opinion. You might say it's not really a big deal, but I think it is. People need to be able to use the tool very quickly, very easily. So there's just a little bit of my kind of gripe about it, but not even getting into the quality of the tool yet. Make sure to stay with me. We're going to go and test the rest of this out. I'll go as quick as I can, but you can see this is just a massive software to unpack. All right, so I'm going to go click on keto real quick. And you can see we have 100 keywords in the list. We have competitor average. So, I mean, generally this is about a C or even a B. It's generally pretty competitive. Anything over a 0.5, I would say, is probably pretty competitive. You have your monthly volume right here, your average cost per click right there. I really like getting this kind of information. And this is very valuable right here to look at, just to look at your keywords, look at your overall market. I can see this as a great, just a niche research tool. You could actually use this just to do niche research for niche websites or even Pinterest, because this tells you what the value is of your niche, how competitive it is from a paid standpoint. And I could really see this literally as a niche research tool for even building out your niche websites. Okay. So now we have all the keywords over here, the commercial intent. Is there any filtering systems? No, there's not really. And that's something that just kind of, I guess, I would just make that observation that if the tool's been around for more than a decade, like they're claiming, like almost 16 years or whatever, there's a lot of things that are good about it and impressive, I'll tell you that. But there are some navigation things that I just kind of question, like there's no way to filter. What if I wanted to filter just keywords that between 500 and 1,000? I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't see a filtration system over here. We would have to export this out and do that in Excel and then come back in here and create our own custom keyword set. We don't want to do that. This is software, right? We want to be able to do it right here in the software. Again, you can export these keywords, which is cool. You can update the statistics and then it will go and actually, it's going to look at all this and update that. I'm sure that before you actually run a campaign, you probably do want to hit this update statistics to make sure you're getting the most accurate information. I don't know if it tells us when the latest pull in their data has come, when when has this been refreshed already, right? But we can control that, but just remember it will take your credits. Anytime you can hover over here and you can see that we've already used, I would say we've already kind of used quite a bit of credits. I think every time, I did a test earlier. So every time you do click this and then run a refresh. So this is 152 and 1905 cents. Let's just update the statistic on that one right there. We'll come back up over here. I don't even know which one that I did, but that does cost 20 credits, right? So that actually doesn't cost 1 credit, it costs 20 credits. So that's something kind of a little, just something to be aware of. They could have just done the credit system and kept it easy, that it just uses 1 credit. And instead of talking about millions, we could have been talking about 100,000 credits or something like that, to keep it simple, right? Like, why do we have to overcomplicate this, doing one of these 20? So that means that that's 20 credits, because I tested it earlier for you guys. If I selected all these and refreshed on 100 keywords, right? So then that would be 100, and it would be times 20. So it's actually going to use 2,000 credits to update all these right here. Now, yes, we are talking about 1 million. I'm on tier 1, so we're talking about 1 million research credits, but you could see, you just need to be mindful of that when you pick what tier you want. All right, so we have all of our keywords. This is a keyword set. So now let's go back to our campaign real quick. And we'll click on the keto campaign, and then we'll come back over here. We'll go into the next step, and then we should be able to go into my keywords and then select keto. And then now we have all those keywords are right over here, which is great. You can put negative keywords as well. And then there's an expansion. I don't really even know what that is. They definitely explain this in the videos. I'm going to kind of just skim over this part because you can get really, really granular with your campaign here. I'm going to just go over here real quick. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to paste this in right here. That's our final URL. I'm going to copy that, paste that in right there as well. But there are codes that you can put in here, which is like seed, and then this like symbol, not that symbol, but this symbol here. And then you can put, something like this. I'm doing it wrong. I'm butchering this, but then you would put like keyword and then close the bracket or something like that. And it will basically, every time that someone lands on this website here, it will actually put the keyword in right over here. So it tries to be really relevant. So there are ways to do that. They kind of teach you how to do that. There's also advanced options right over here. There's some options to do that right over here as well. I'm going to just leave it like that. And then we're going to just push save seed list. Keywords set successfully saved. Again, expansion 1. I'm not really sure. I think that does have to do with the seed and so forth, but I'm not going to do that right now. You could come in here and actually add that as well. And now I'm going to go over here to bid setup right here. So this is where we're going to go in here. They do actually have a Microsoft ads in here as well, which is super cool, but we're going to stick with the Google ads. So we have our broad, our phrase, and exact. This is where you're going to turn on what you want to. Let's just say you only want to go with phrase match and you only want to spend 75 cents per click. Then you would go like that, right? Negative keyword match. You can do that as well. We're going to say next, ad setup. The tab is not completed. Please choose at least one bid type. Okay. For Microsoft. So I guess you do have to go with that. So I'm going to go phrase and we're going to go 0.75 as well. And we're going to say next ad setup. And then they have an AI. So this is our magic ad writer. It will try and write your ads for you. Sometimes it will be great. Other times it will be widely wrong. At least they're giving you a warning and being honest right there. So that's good. So you could come in here and you could write your own ads. You could use ChatGPT or Claude, write those ads, and then just copy and paste them into here. You can also have your ads over here already done. And that would be from the ads section over here. Like I said, see, we're moving along here, but really you have to kind of look at it from a reverse aspect. You actually need to come into research and do your keyword research. Then you need to go and save that to keyword set over here. Then you need to go into ads and write all your ads. Then you finally, when you have everything all set up, then you go into campaign and run your campaign. But it's kind of funny that campaign is your next thing. But at the same time, that's kind of what you see when you log into Google ads and all these Facebook ads and so forth. You always see at the campaign level, then the ad level, then the image level, and then it starts going down from there. So not like they're doing anything that other people are not doing. So I'm going to just say write for me and add outputs, advanced prompt customization. So you can actually customize that as well. We have English, we have company name. Let's just put that in right there. Product or service offering, keto recipes, and key selling statistics, 500 5-star ratings, something like that. Key benefits, keyword ad is targeting. I'm going to say keto diet, write me some ads. Okay, so, all right, so I just hit the write ads button. It's going to go out there and use their own AI built in to write ads for us. So we have best keto recipes online. We have 500 5-star keto recipes. We have transform your keto diet, unlock keto success. So it created 15 ads for us with the click of a button. This is what your ad would look like. Best keto diet recipes online, 500 5-star keto recipes, transform your keto diet. So super cool. This is where you can actually tick the boxes on recommendations, enough headlines, enough descriptions, so forth. So pretty good stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and just say finish right here. We still need to put our final URL in right here. Okay, so ketocrush.com. Not sure why we have to do this again when we just did this on the page before, but we're going to go ahead and go like that and see if we can finish now. All right, so we finished now. This is going to be the final page. I want to make sure that we push save right here, but these are our ad sets, right? It took all 100 of those, and then it created 15 ads based on AI, and then it also put this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put it into a bunch of different ad sets that we can go and look at, like food list right here. You can look at this, and it's going to have the keywords that are in that ad group. So it created all the ad groups for us. Now what you do now is you can download the whole thing right here. How to upload guide, they have a button here, but essentially what you do is you come over here and you copy the keywords, then you go in and they show you how to go into Google Ads and then paste all these in for it, and then have a campaign automatically created for you. And then it tells you how to copy your ads, and then it tells you how to do all this. Very, very simple. It's just a couple clicks, and they tell you how to optimize your campaign once you're in Google Ads. Okay, let's go take a look at some more stuff over here. So you can go into your ads section over here, demo ad. You would go into a new ad set, call only ad or responsive text ad. And this is where you can come in here, and we already looked at this screen. They already had us in this screen when we created our ad set a minute ago. I'm going to go ahead but we know that we created a campaign and we went through this process already. I don't know why it didn't create an automatic ad for us right here. So that part's a little bit hard to understand. I think that you might be able to come in here and just really focus on the ad set here, and then select the ad set when you create your campaign. A lot of these things are just kind of up for guessing and learning along the way, if you will. But we're going to skip that part because we already showed you the ad creation. It doesn't look like there's any image ad creation in here from what I can see. Responsive text ads. So there isn't really any image ads in here. So that's something that I don't know if you do that later on and then just turn them into image ads later on, but this is primarily for text-based advertising. So they do have this other section over here, landing pages. Just wanted to show you this real quick. I threw in a cheesy Warrior Plus offer over here, and it went and analyzed this, and it's going to tell you the page speed score, the headline score, and the content score. We have our tags right over here. So we can go click on this. I'll show you you can actually put your landing page in here, and it's going to give you what your headline score is and your content score. You obviously need these to be better. And then also your page score is really bad over here, 28 for mobile right there. Really, really crappy. And then it has a heat map section over here. And then it's going to give you all the different stuff right here that it's going over. It has your content paint and your speed score and so forth, headline. And it's going to give you all kinds of information on what you should change and so forth. Nice charts and everything. So what I wanted to do is come over here and maybe go to another site. So I typed in like selling courses online, and then I found a website that was actually paying for ads, right? And so I want to take this one here, and I want to just grab this right here. Let me go and see if this is the actual landing page without all the code on it. Yes, it is. Okay, so I want to take that and I want to come into AdAlchemy, and I want to run a new. So we're going to go into landing page, and then I'm going to go into a new. Before I do that, dynamic keyword insertion is actually you can paste in an image, I believe, and it will also, domains allowed for DKI. Okay, so there's a way that it will try to analyze an image as well. But I'm going to come in here. So they have the heat map analysis from an image. It's right here. Okay. But we're going to go full analysis right here. We're going to put in the website right here. Make sure to get rid of this front part right here. And then we're going to go over here and let me go into ChatGPT. I did this earlier. I'm going to put this in right here and have ChatGPT go out and give us this information that we need right over here. We have our description. All right, so here is our meta description, and we'll put that in right here. And then we will come over here and grab our keywords that it came up with. Basically, ChatGPT analyzed the site. So I would like the tool to be able to do that, but you have to add this in here for this tool to be able to analyze your site, okay? And then I'll just say sell courses online, something like that. And then I pushed enter. So it's actually analyzing right now. I actually typed this in, just kind of a functionality or UI type thing. When I was trying to type this tag in right here, I pushed enter on my keyboard and then it entered the analyze button and just started. I think that you have to type this in and then just left click off or push the comma button or something like that. So just something to be aware of. Right now it's going out and it's actually analyzing right here. Another thing, the images right here, I did try to use this in Arc browser and the images did not work. And so that's why I moved over here to Chrome. And generally speaking, that's why I'm going to be just evaluating most of these tools in Chrome, because I want to rule out that any of the issues that I'm seeing or bugs are not because of their browser related, but that they're actually tool related. So we'll come back in a minute. All right, so this is what it looks like after it's done with the analysis. Enter landing page name. So what is this website? We would just come over here, Mini Lessons Academy. I'm just going to put that in right there and push save. So then you can see right over here, the page speed score is a lot better than the last one we analyzed. The mobile's still pretty bad. Headline score is only at 10. There's literally just not a good headline from what it's saying right here. The content score is a 60. So then you'll be able to come here and it's going to tell you the strong headline, the headline, your next bestseller created in 60 seconds is clear and compelling, effective, blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm not really sure why they gave a 10 right there on the headline score, but areas to improve. There's an autoplay issue, call to action. So it just really, really goes through this in detail on what you potentially need to improve. Body length is too short, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So that's pretty cool tool right there. All right, so let's wrap this up. Something I'm going to try to do with these videos, it does take more time, but I'm sure you guys will probably appreciate it. So the pros of AdAlchemy, it's robust and does just about everything you need to create text-based Google ads and Microsoft ads. There's lots of ways to do keyword research, and it uses SEMrush for its data. So let's look at the cons of AdAlchemy. I sort of felt lost while using the tool. The workflow is based on the guessing where to click next method or learn as you go. Obviously, you're getting people to pay for a tool. You don't really want that. You want people to know exactly what they need to do. And so I didn't really like the workflow of going back and forth, and then doing something and then being like, oh, but I didn't do this first, so I got to go back and do this and then that. That was kind of a problem. No filter options for the keyword research results, especially for a tool that's been around for over a decade. When you count it up, 2007, it's like 14, 15, 16, 17 years the company's been around, and they don't have a filter option on the keyword research results. Now, let's say you go in there and you research 500 keywords and you want to find the best 50, right? And it's based on a criteria. It might be based on the search volume. It might be based on the trend. I would like to see them add in some type of trend feature where the keyword has to be trending in the last couple months or 3 months or 6 months. It has to be on the up and up. And there's plenty of tools that have done that. I'd like to see that. Also, there was no filter based on cost per click. If you want to keep your bids on cost per click, so we want keywords that are between 500 and 2,000 search volume, and we'd want the cost per click to be less than 75 cents. Those would be golden keywords for you to bid on, right? And they did not have any filter options. So that was a really big one for me, that I didn't like that. And I was very surprised they didn't have that. There's no integration with Google Ads, so you still have to copy and paste. While they make a good point why they don't do that, there's going to be some people that do trust these tools, and they do want to put that trust on you as the software company, because most tools, let's face it, do integrate with the tools that they are working with. And so this makes it a little bit harder. It doesn't create the campaigns for you automatically. You still have to go into Google Ads, copy and paste and all that. That's going to be a negative for a lot of people as well. And then there's no image ads or help or creation. There's no AI image creator or anything like that. And there's a lot of Google Ads tools out there that I've looked at that run these image type ads and so forth. So those would be the cons. And so I'm going to get in here. I'm going to try to be more strict on the way that I grade these tools as well, right? When I go in sometimes I just go in and I just have a good feeling the entire time. And I really do hand out the 4.5s and the 5s because I just had a really good time with the tool. But I am going to try to be a step back even further on that feeling and bias and just really look at the tool. And also, even when I like the tool, I'm going to hand out more 4 stars than 5 stars. The tool just has to be like, in order for me to give it close to a 5-star going forward, guys, the tool has to be very similar to a monthly paid tool that's already on the market, right? So for example, it'd be like a Neuron Writer. Is it as good or almost as good as a Surfer SEO? And that's why I would give it close to a 5-star. So in this case, it's not necessarily relative to it just being a lifetime deal. These scores are going to be based on it being live out there in the market. And maybe this is the way that I should have done it all along, but I'm making that adjustment right now. And that's why you're seeing more 3 stars in this, right? So user interface, I gave it a 3.8. It's not bad or anything. It's not updated like amazingly. So it doesn't get an A. It doesn't get a perfect score, but it definitely is updated enough. It's updated enough where you can be pretty happy with once you use the tool and get to know it, it's probably not going to be a problem. So I gave it a 3.8. Navigation and ease of use, I actually gave it its lowest performing score right there, a 3.5. As I've already explained, you kind of feel lost while you're using the tool. And I don't like that, but it's not to the point where it's terrible. And they also do provide some training to you. So it's definitely not like terrible where I'm going to give it a 3 or less. Speed and bugs, I gave it a 4. I mean, as far as there wasn't really any bugs, and it was very fast. Even when its analysis on analyzing your landing page, it did a really good job with that as well. Features and functionality and quality, I'm going to give it just under a 4, a 3.9. Again, for all these cons right over here, these are the reasons that I'm pushing this all the way down into the 3s. But at the end of the day, when just considering all things, this is a pretty strong tool, I think. The pricing, I'm actually giving it a 4.5 because after really, really thinking about it, we only used 5,000 credits. I went in here and I actually did some math. I let ChatGPT do the math. So it was actually this number right here, 1 million credits minus 994,960. So we actually used 5,000 credits in the little bit of time that we use the tool. But when in all reality, for a solopreneur to use this tool and pick up the $79 plan, it's going to take you forever to use those credits. I mean, it's going to take you years probably to use up all those credits. And then when you start really diving into license tier 2 and license tier 3, I think that they're being really generous. And at the end of the day, like you're getting a ton of credits. And then at some point, if you really are building a real agency and a real business, and this is the tool that's amazing for you, you're going to actually want to invest in the tool and pay for extra credit packs and so forth. So I'm not really against that in any way. I know a lot of people with lifetime deal stuff, they get hurt about this stuff. I don't. I think that tools need to be able to be sustainable and using APIs and so forth. You've got to be able to have people funding your project and your tool. So overall, I think the pricing was really good. So it actually ended up being like a 3.94. So I'm going to round up. The final score on this is a 4-star out of 5. Let me know if you made it all the way through the video. If you agree with my rating, do you like my new rating system right here? And if there's anything else right in here, out of the 5 main ones right here, if there's anything else you want me to add to this, then I can do that as well. But I think it'll be great to try to compare that other tool, because then we can see where it fares against the AdAlchemy tool here. Thanks for joining me. I definitely could recommend this tool. It's for a very specific user. There'll be a link below. Thanks for checking the review out, and I'll see you in the next video.